Hey, what's up everyone? It's Duskmos, and today I'm here with the Electro-Harmonix platform. The platform is a stereo compressor and limiter that is set to sort of replicate what you might get from an old school kind of mixing desk with compression and drive characteristics as well. As you can see on these marshmallow-shaped knobs, you've got the controls for the compressor along here, and then these three with the white labeling are for the drive controls. These lights for limiter and knee are also buttons, so you can turn them on and off, limiter on and off. And yeah, you've got stereo inputs and outputs. In the Signal Colors primer video, I'm just taking a first look, running through the basic features of this pedal just to kind of see what it sounds like, and not going to do a major deep dive here today, but just do some sound examples and hear what it sounds like. As you can see, I've got my Elektron Model cycles here, and it's coming out stereo into the platform, stereo out into the TX6 by Teenage Engineering, and then right into my camera. So as always, I like to start with my clean pattern, which sounds like this. I'm going to tweak the decay with this sort of metallic hat sound just for some style points. All right, we'll go ahead and engage the platform. So as you can see, it has this really cool LED array showing you the amount of compression that's happening from -1 all the way to -20 dB. So you can change the attack and the release, as well as sustain, to change the characteristics of the compression. So let's check that out. Very slow to activate, very quick to release. Or in reverse, all kind of crunched up a little bit. Not crunched, smushed. But it really changes the characteristics. And we'll illustrate that by bypassing. And re-engaged. So right now I don't have any of the drive controls activated. The drive is completely bypassed, which is why this light is off. So it's cool. I feel like you just kind of dial in your preference, kind of see what feels right. And it's cool, and the display here tells you what's going on, which is really helpful. I guess if you want to compress by eye or by ear, you have the option. So reminder, clean. It's like most compressors, it just kind of tightens everything together, brings everything a little bit closer on the dynamics, which is cool, but I think it adds a little bit of flavor, a little bit of some. But to add even more some, you activate the drive control. So you can see I have it set pretty low. This thing can get pretty crunchy, but I find that I sort of like it with a subtle push on the drive, and then the highs rolled off just a little bit with the tone knob. So you can hear a crank them back in. You can really muffle them, which is pretty cool. Very tone sculpting. the drive. Really hear it tackle that kick. And take it to fully blown speaker territory. Which is just wild. So you can see, depending on what you run through it, it'll probably treat different signals differently, of course. It's interesting, you can have a separate volume here for the drive, but when it's activated, it becomes the master out. But if you bypass the drive, it does nothing. But then this volume of the compressor becomes the master. So that's something to note. Now, I haven't talked about the swell control yet. And that's basically the kind of pumping, ducking control, which doesn't work so great on this pattern. I'll show you. The sensitivity is a little aggressive. If you set the attack really long, release long, sustain up. So for at least running patterns through it, it's not super effective because I think there's just a little bit too much going on, so it's triggering it. But you can still craft some interesting sounds. You can still have it set pretty subtly. Just do those little occasional dropouts, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, I think for me, most of the time, I'm leaving it off. I'll look for that ducking effect elsewhere. I think the drive sounds pretty cool, and obviously the compression changes up the flavor, which is really nice. I did notice that if you bypass, this is a whole pedal bypass, so you can't just have some drive. You'll see this does nothing even though that's lit. It needs to have the main bypass engaged. Sounds a little crazy, but I like it. Mute the chords there. You can kind of use this as an effect like that. It almost sounds like a kind of like a DJ sort of chop filter kind of thing. I don't know, kind of interesting. Let's go some serious dirt. Pretty cool. Reminder of clean again. And compressed. But there we go. That's the platform from Electro-Harmonix. Really cool. I think this thing sounds pretty good, and it's an inexpensive option to get some compression and some drive in the mix. And the fact that it's stereo is really great. And yeah, it seems kind of like a no-brainer pickup just for something like this, just to get it in the mix if you don't already have a compressor. Seems like a great option. Okay, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.